Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So first off, I will be starting off with the eyes. I did just take Stealth Eyeshadow by Makeup Geek, and I'm applying that as my transition shade. It's just a really nice cool tone grey colour, which is perfect for this kind of a look. Then I took Dragonfly, also by Makeup Geek, which is just a true teal. It is stunning. I'm obsessed with this color, and I'm just applying that over Stealth to make the area there just a little bit more blue, because I didn't want it to be grey. I wanted a full-on blue look, but I needed a grey there to transition to. That grey underneath there just really made blending out this bright teal color so much easier, so you have something to blend into. Then I took Shark Bait on my Morphe M433, and I'm just applying that into my crease to deepen up that level. What does that even mean? To deepen up the crease. And I just went back, added a bit of color and blended that out. Then I took Coconut by Colourpop. This has to be one of my favorite blue shades. It is so goddamn beautiful. Just, there are no words. And I'm just applying that with this Morphe brush. I can't remember the exact number of it, but it is like the concealer slash eyeshadow brush. I'll link it down below. I then took Time Travel by Makeup Geek, and I'm just applying that into my crease to deepen up that blue there. And I also went in with Blueberry. These are all Makeup Geek shades. That is just like my Makeup Geek blue cool toned palette. And I'm just going in, adding a little bit of color and blending that out with a little bit of Dragonfly. So you just want to go back and forth, add a little bit of color until you're happy with how dark the crease is. So I wanted the eye to have a little bit of a foiled look, well, more of a foiled look. So I applied some MAC Fix Plus on that brush and just went in with more Coconut. And as you can see, that made it so much more like metallic looking. This shade is just everything. Like, how beautiful is it? I then took a little bit of Colourpop Too Shy, which is just like a blue glitter, and applied that over Coconut. You don't need to do that step. I didn't really do much. I just went in with that color because I had it there in front of me. And I just go back and forth with applying that crease shade and Coconut until I'm happy with how bright it is. Then I took Ibiza, which is another Colourpop shade, and I'm just applying that on the center of the lid just to make that lid pop that little bit more, which I loved how it turned out. I did apply lashes off camera. These are the Koko Queen Bees, of course. These are my obsession. So I did apply my primer and foundation off camera. You've seen me do it so many times. I use the Nivea Men's Pro Shave Balm and the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. For concealer, I am using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Concealer in the shade Light Neutral, and I'm just blending that out with my Beauty Blender as per usual. And I'm setting that with the highlight shade from the Too Faced Contour Palette. Not the glittery one, but just the highlight shade, which I will show you in a moment, that one there. So yeah, I'm just using that to set my concealer. Then to highlight the rest of my face, I took the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Light, and I'm just applying that on my chin, forehead, and the center of my nose just to even out that highlight so I just don't have stark white under my eyes. And of course I'm using my Beauty Blender again to blend that out, because the Beauty Blender is my favorite way to blend out concealer, because it just makes it look natural, it doesn't cake up, and it absorbs any extra concealer that you don't need on your face. And I'm just setting that same, I'm just using the same setting powder to set the rest of that concealer. Now I'm going in with one of my favorites. This is the Chanel Soleil de Ten or Ten de Soleil, you know, one or the other. And I'm just using that to bronze my face. This is the best like cream bronzer you will ever use, that I have ever used. It just, honestly, it's a dream. It blends out so beautifully. And it's just the perfect color. Like, it's not too orangey, it's not too cool toned. It's just that perfect color, and you can't overdo it. Like, it's just, you're not going to overdo it because you cannot with this bronzer. It is expensive, but it is so worth it, and I've had it for like over a year now, and it hardly looks like I put a dent in it. It's ridiculous. So I can't say enough good things about it. I did take Hoola and just applied a little bit of that on top of the Chanel bronzer just to set that cream. For blush, I took that shade there from the Morphe Blush P. So I'm listening to music in my ear at the same time, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself. From the Morphe 9B blush palette, and this palette, the tiniest bit goes the furthest way, so you don't want to be too heavy-handed with it. Then for highlight, I took MAC Oh Darling with this Morphe highlighting brush, what I used to highlight, which is the Morphe M401, and I just applied that onto the tops of my cheekbones. So pretty much my rule of thumb is once you think you have enough highlight, you go in and apply another layer. So I didn't realize that my camera stopped filming, but all that was missed was me applying the Colourpop Light Gel Liner in the shade Fastlane on in my waterline, and now I'm just taking Makeup Geek Voltage, which is one of their duochrome shadows, and I applied that on my inner corner to highlight the inner corner, obviously. And then I'm just taking the same shades that I used on my crease and working them into my lower lash line. So first, with this Sigma definer brush, I took Enchanted Forest, which was the darker blue, and then I'm blending that out with Dragonfly. I probably should have done it the other way around, but that's just the way I did it then. And then for the lips, I wanted to pair the bright blue eyes with a really pretty pink nude lip. I didn't want to go with a nude. I wanted there to be some pink to it, so I decided to go with Bianca which is one of Colourpop's ultra matte liquid lipsticks. I thought this shade worked so well with the bright blue eye. I didn't really want a nude for this look. Nude. And I'm just wrapping up by applying some mascara to my lower lashes, which completes an eye if you ask me. This is the Designer Brands Cosmetics, one of their mascaras, which I will link down below, and this is pretty much the finished look.